in Boulder. And as you can see, we've got Franklin Field right behind us here. And Franklin was supposed to have a kids' day on it. There was supposed to be a kids' day here. And obviously that didn't happen because of the weather. When we left the house, we're up about 7,200 feet. The stadium is at about 5,300 feet. So we're about 2,000 feet higher. And we already had inches of snow on the ground, and we're probably going to get about a foot today at the house. But here, as you can see, there is no snow whatsoever. So big change from last year. And that's good. I'm in my full rain gear here. Mandy's in her full rain gear as well. So we're already having a good time out here. There's hardly anybody out here. Let me pan this whole thing so that you can see it. That normally right there where the beer concession is like super busy. Like there's lines and everybody getting all their fuel and everything for the game. But not today. Today is I was talking with RK at DNVR, and we were guessing at how many people were going to actually be in the stadium. He had told me that he had heard that there was 24,000 tickets sold, which is about a little more than half of what was sold last year at almost 50,000. But that today we are expecting probably 10,000 people at the game today because of the weather. So $15 ticket, which is what the game was. The tickets for the game, if you're sitting in the stadium and not in the Byron White Club upstairs, were $15. It's a low cost of entry to stay at home instead of coming out here for a spring game that may last 45 minutes to an hour. So anyway, we wanted to come and hang out and show you guys as well. Jennifer says the weather kept me home. Capped Crusader says, where all the fans last year was sold out. Yeah, it was. I think there was a lot more going on last year too. We had national television here as well. They were doing a pregame show out on one of the lawns out there. There was some stuff going on at Franklin Field. We had the autograph signing for the Buff Legends inside the IPF, which is right there. So that's the indoor practice facility right there. And that's Franklin Field right there where they hold a lot of the practices out there. But last year they had the signing, and if you guys haven't seen that video, go back and look at it. But all the Buffs legends were here last year, and it was just flat busy. In fact, I got in line for the Buffs legends to get some autographs and got kind of kicked out of line because the line was too long. So still had a good time. Got a lot of good video of them and things like that. But this year, we didn't have any of that. The activities on Franklin Field this year were for kids, but they canceled those out on Franklin Field. I don't know if they had it in the IPF or not, but they could have had it in Franklin Field, I think. But they didn't. And the tailgates were kind of at a minimum. We went to the DNVR tailgate. They always have a great tailgate and things like that. But we're about to go into the stadium, and then we'll bring you a live from the stadium as well. They say the hype train is over. Now it's time to produce. Okay? Weather is an issue second year in a row. Yes, and the weather is never an issue here. So I don't know what the deal is. Let's see. Shelly R. Maybe they should move the date of the spring game. The problem, and they did. They moved it a week back, Shelly. So that's a good call. And last week, which is when the spring game was last year on the 21st, there was snow here last week. So on both Saturdays, it's been either snow or rain and cold this year. And during the week, it's been 70 degrees. It's been crazy. So we're on that like 7-day cycle of bad weather. If they move it back any further, they can't really do that because you have finals starting next week for most of the student athletes. And then you have graduation and things like that. So my daughter graduates this year from CU. So we're going to be down here in a week to go to graduation. And Steve Wozniak of Apple is actually doing the commencement speech. So that's pretty cool. So she's graduating this year. So we're going to be down there for that. But they wouldn't be able to do the spring game, Shelly, for that reason. They need to move it to a Sunday. That could be a thing. I think most people have Saturdays off, but anyway. Well, that's all I've got for you right now. Thanks for joining me, guys. It's getting a little busier as we're getting a little closer. See, there's a person right there, and there's a person right there. There's a person right there. There's my wife right there. And then there's along this the brick walk right here. You got people there. There's some people there. But if you look over to where the check-in is, there's like nobody there. So probably everybody's here by now. We're gonna go get some seats, see if we can find a dry seat in the house. Enjoy our Coors Light Modelo. And we'll be back with you guys probably in about a half an hour, right about the start of the spring game. Oh, thank you very much, Jeremiah. Or what is that? I can't see it now. Jamila. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My daughter's very proud. We're very proud to have a CU, graduating CU buff this year. All right, I'll be back in 30 minutes, guys. Have a great day. Let's go Buffs.